They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of display.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now, this video is gonna be about what I call, it's gonna be short-term and relationships, short-term and interactive activity. That's where we're heading. We no longer, what's going on because of, men's awareness and, because of all these, your time's up and your Me Too's and all this stuff, and the fact that consent can be revoked, with all this stuff happening, what's happening to women is that, and they're not watching it happen right in front of them, is that they're losing access to long-term relationships. We're at the point where long-term relationships are basically dead. And you could see it with your Netflix and chill. What's going on? What's going on is that because of how the laws work and because of how easily accessible another man is for a woman with the phones and all, we're no longer having long-term relationships, nor beyond decade relationships anymore. That isn't the goal. It's because of how the laws have been placed, because the laws are set up, and a lot of men don't understand that we live in a country with private prisons. There's a lot of profit in the private prisons. So you have to understand that these, consent revokes, all these things happen in revoke of consent. The fact that, things can be brought up without evidence 20 years later, it's all to give these private prisons easier access to new stock. Because here's the thing, you got to understand, private prisons have stock, and their stock is prisoners. And here's the thing, the male prisoner is far more affordable than the female prisoner, because the male prisoner, you just got to give him a bath, feed him, and he'll work. The female prisoner, you got to give her a bath, feed her, you got to give her menstrual cycle medicine, period, tampons. It costs more to keep a female prisoner. And then you're in America, where you have the highest population of prisoners per population. So a lot of men don't look into that. A lot of these guys think, it's the law is because of feminism, this and that. No, dude, you're being attacked on multiple fronts. You got corporate America attacking you to set up and maintain these laws. That's why they're virtue signaling the women we're the right path 24/7. Then you have the government seeking to remove far more stability and authority from men. Then you have the prison system that is seeking to break up and further have a new crop of stock of future prisoners through having an unstable family environment. So the whole goal, man, you as a man, and your relationship between men and women is being attacked on multiple ends. It's not just the corporate, it's not just the government. You're being attacked on all ends. So what's happening is we're going to have what I call interactive and short term. It's interactive and short term. What I mean by interactive would fall on something like your Netflix and chill. That's more of an interactive thing. I met her, we sat down, watched something and slept with each other. That's more of an interaction. Interaction. You met her. The whole goal was the interaction. There was no goal beyond that. And then you're going to have in what I call super short-term relationships. What I mean by super short term is that she's, a woman will be lucky to know a man, and on both ends, but mostly on the male end, what's going to happen is a woman's going to most likely in what I call super short term is you're going to have a lot of what I call relationships that are about, let's say about a week to a month. You know what I mean? A week to a month. You know what I mean? That's how short these relationships are going to be. And, the man's going to leave because, and the woman's going to leave because, she has access to Tinder, which basically shows her and preys on her consumption. With the laws being what they are, a lot of men say, well, man, it's social media that's destroying relationships and so on. And, social media is what's destroying relationships, and the fact that a woman could, swipe and get another man, it pumps up her hypergamy and all that BS. No, dude, it's the law. It's literally the law. When she has all the authority in the law, it basically opens up, her ability to be hypergamous. A lot of these guys in the community talk about hypergamy. Oh, a woman is always looking for the bigger, better deal. Yeah, instinctively, of course. But when the law literally sets up that a man needs consent, and here's the other thing: is this a man practically right now to sleep with a woman so she doesn't have something to put you on court, is you both need your lawyers present. You need that. That's where that consent form is a joke. She signs it and she could say, I was under duress. I felt like I had to do it. If I didn't sign this paper, he wouldn't want to interact with me. So in actuality, you both need a lawyer present. And then in actuality, beyond the lawyer, you need the cameras presentable with sound and so on. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna need consent per thrust. Per thrust consent. I'm in. Is that okay? Yeah, you're good. I'm out. I'm going back in. Oh, is that okay? So you would need to sign a form per thrust, per entrance fee. You know what I mean? You can't enter this bar and come back in without paying. So to me, this is what's happened, man. So all that hypergamy crap, and you've seen it all over, the manosphere, all over, hypergamy. It's the law. If the law was fair and balanced, you know what I'm saying, you would see something between men and women. You'd see her being less hypergamous because it would be about finding the right man. And even if she doesn't like, or she doesn't 100% think he's the best man she could get, she would accept it. You know what I mean? Women don't settle, guys. They don't settle because they're born to settle. You know what I'm saying? What happens is a woman's clock, as soon as it starts ticking, she's on the process towards her, decrease her infertility and a decline in her, her looks and so on. You know what I mean? So what happens is she's born to settle. She's born to have a man settle with her, because a lot of these guys in the manosphere don't. To me, you got to look up this definition, because this is how I think. I think in a combination of being holistic. Look up holistic. Holistic is when you try to piece everything together, the puzzle. I think holistically, I think untraditionally, I think experimentally. I have a combination of thinking. That's actually a good way of saying combination of thinking. But the thing is this, man. A lot of women, they were created to settle. They were created to have a man settle for them. You know what I'm saying? Because of her fertility window. You see, Marriage is all about a man. It's not about a man settling for a woman. It's about a man settling for her fertility window. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to marry her. You know, let's say he marries her at 20. I'm going to marry her. And then I'm not going to have any children when she can't have any children. Even though I might want some children. I might want a kid at 45. But, you know, she can't give me a healthy kid. So I'll settle for her fertility window. That's what it's really about. That whole settle thing. You know, you watch a lot of guys talk about it. You know, I'ma settle down. No, dude, you're not settling down to marry her. Marriage is all about having one man settle for a woman's fertility window. You know what I mean? That's why men would marry a woman as young as, you know, let's keep it right. You know, let's keep it all clean and shit. But it's 18, let's say 18, a man will marry her because he's settling for her fertility window, you know, and her attraction, you know, and her fertility. So if the man wants to have a kid, the younger she is, you know, the more time he has to think about having another kid. So let's say a man has 3 kids with a girl, you know, with a woman. She's 18. She has 3 kids by her. Let's say she's 20. She'd be 18, let's say 18, 19, 20. So let's say she's 21. They had 3 kids. And now she becomes 26. He wants to have another kid. So the younger she is, the more time the man has to think, man, you know, I might want another kid. Her fertility window is closing, you know, so that's what settling is about. That whole crap, a lot of these men that tell you, well, I'm going to settle down. Settle down means, yo, man, I'm going to get married and I'm going to have one woman. No, the true definition of settling down is a man choosing to settle down for her fertility window. That's why when these women are trying to get married at 35, 40, you've messed up. You've messed up. You're telling a man to settle for your fertility, your infertility, you know, and the risk of your fertility, your current fertility. That's why it won't work. So you want to give the man, you want the man to marry you at 30 and only have, you know, at best, because at 30, you know, it becomes high risk to have children. So the man is settling for a fertility window at probably at best, let's say 3 to 5 years. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Settling down is a man settling for her fertility window. It's not about him settling down to marry her and all that. No, it's a man saying, I choose to commit and stay based on your fertility window. I won't have another kid outside of what you can provide. That's what settling down truly is. It's not that BS these guys telling you, oh man, I'm gonna settle down because I'm gonna get married. No, that's false. That's basically a desperate man. A desperate man marries a woman and says, I'm settling down. No, you're not, dude. If you were settling down the right way, it'd be about your investment in her fertility window. You know what I'm saying? So the reason you're gonna have what I call interaction and super short-term relationships is that now you have the law between men and women, you know, and the law being so skewed on her side that, you know, you literally need a lawyer, a camera, audio recording for, you know, this to not come bite you in the back. And then you literally need a contract written with probably the amount of time you can, you know, proceed to have intercourse with her and all that. There's a major amount of loopholes, you know what I mean? That whole consent form. Because what was it? A guy, when he got married with a girl, he got married with a woman, and he had her sign the what the hell is that paper? The prenup. He had her sign the prenup without her having her own lawyer, and so on. And she said, well, I felt like I was, you know, being forced, and I didn't have any legal representation, so they threw out the prenup. And I mean, as harsh as it sounds, that's actually the right thing to do, because she signed this thing and had no legal representation, and it was just that man and her signing it. That legally isn't fair. You know what I'm saying? And she could argue that she was legally pressured to actually participate in that relationship. You know, you could agree to that. You know what I mean? You could agree to that one. But what's happened is you're gonna have interactions, because what it's done is it's override. What happened when you had the laws before 1969, before you had the no his fault divorce, and her money by child, no child paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the new term, child paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That's for child support, child paycheck. So before you had all that, a woman had to be very choosy on a perspective of stability. So she had to choose the right man, or her parents, when a father would give his daughter to a man he could trust to be the right man for her, arranged wedding and whatever. It was based on stability and protection. You know what I mean? That whole love thing, I'm gonna tell you this: love is nothing more than economic business. It's a business. You love her, so hey, I love you. I'm gonna buy a bigger ring. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. It's all about consumption. And when in reality, hey, you know I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna do what's best for us and our kids. So we're good. That's it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And you take care of me when I need to be taken care of. That's it. Simple. But the whole notion of love, they keep pushing. Think about it. They push you to be emotionally gripped to another person rather than logic and stability, because they'll make more money that way. You make more money having people, oh, I loved, she loved him. I don't love him no more. She don't love him no more. Oh man, she loved him. She don't love him no more. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier versus, oh man, she found a man she could trust. He's stable, stability all over there. He's the right level of authority in her life. She's not leaving. You know what I'm saying? So when they removed all the laws and balances between men and women, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the biggest problem in this whole country is the fact that there's not a check and balance between the sexes when it comes to voting. When it comes to voting, I know I've been mentioning this since day one of my videos. You know what I'm saying? Once, for example, let's say 5,000 men vote for the town governor. 4,500 women vote for the town governor. Instead of them counting only the 4,500 on both sides, they count the biggest number on the sexes. It breaks the entire legal system. You know what I'm saying? That's why you as a man, there's technically no point to vote as a man. You know what I mean? Because there's far more women than men, and they don't do check and balances between the sexes when it comes to voting. So if the government can appeal to one sex, they'll get their votes. Yeah, we're gonna forgive your debts. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this for you, and bam, they vote, and then they prey on a woman's natural instincts for protection and provision. You know what I mean? So, and resources. So, but like I was saying, the reason we'll have more interaction and, like I said, super short relationships, because think about it. You go on Tinder, you swipe, she swipes, she goes to him. That interaction might be for food. That interaction might be for sex. It depends on the man she wants. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys, at the end of the day, the women will choose who they sleep with as it should be. Even a man who spits game, all that game and crap, dude, she has to accept that game. She has to open the door. That's why you watch a lot of these guys, man, I gotta do a video on game. It's stupid. But But like I said, so what happens is you have interactions, your Netflix and chills, your Hulu, and damn, I gotta think of something for Hulu. Whatever. You have Netflix and chill interactions. You know what I mean? Interactions is not about trying to get to know the person or trying to figure them out. It's all about what do you want. That's why you see your whole Tinder. It's all interaction based. You know what I mean? You're seeking to interact with a man in a sexual way, quick little meetup. It's all about interaction. And what happens is a lot of men, because a lot of these men, let's say the men that can choose, get what they want, is that, and then they know the laws that's happening is you're going to have men never commit, because what's going to happen is a lot more men, especially what's going on legally with your Me Too's and, your ability to, what I'm saying, rescind, I just said the word, rescind, you need permission, whatever, I forget the word, rescind, the ability to rescind that. What's going to happen is a lot of men are understanding that and I tell a lot of dudes when I talk to them, there's no point in actually a long-term relationship. Beyond the laws, it's really simple. You got to ask yourself as a man, and if you disagree with any of this, you might just be crazy. That this is a test that you don't need to go to a psychologist for. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, are you faster than a text message? Are you faster than a phone call? Are you faster than a video chat? You know what I'm saying? And if you're not none of that, then you can't not expect some level or cheating in any way. You know what I'm saying? And what's happened is a lot of men are realizing this, and they're prioritizing interactions and super short relationships. So you'll have a man, they say, these chicks will say, oh, he ghosts me. The time is done. It's a super short relationships will end. Yeah, super short relationships will basically end on short notice. You know what I mean? The man might ghost. The man might be with her for, and here's the thing with super short relationship. It's a day to about a month. That's a super short relationship, because she might have went on one date with him one day and they were together for the next day, and then boom, he's gone. He left because there's other opportunities available. And what's happened is that because women are basically sharing images of themselves for more interaction in super short-term relationships. And what I mean by super short-term is that you know her and she knows you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know her name, she knows your name, she knows how you look, you know how she looks. So you'll have a super short-term relationship, and it's probably a week to a month. And what's happened is, with the laws and everything and how quickly a man could be demonized, a lot of men, especially the men that can get what they want, just take the relationship, take either a super short relationship or an interaction and keep it pushing, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And what happens, and a lot of women don't understand, is what this does is it turns them to a serial dater. You know what I'm saying? So all they're doing is going in and out, one man, another man, one man, another man, one man, another man. And what happens is, she's so used to mentally.
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of